When they were in school, it was Vidya who was adept at debates and public speaking. She always took part in competitions and had won many prizes too. Veda had shied away from them, but it was she who had written the speeches for Vidya, so Veda knew what to say. Though the thought of addressing a large gathering of students made her nervous, she wasn't too anxious, as she knew that Ron and Konika would be with her to cover up in case she erred. Over the next few days, she began writing the speeches she would give, and each morning she practiced in front of the bathroom mirror. When Bhuvan returned from his trip, he asked Veda whether his mother had made a fuss about her coming back home later than usual. He told her that he had spoken to her over the phone and had informed her about it. "Oh, Bhuvan, that starts only next week. She did ask me details about it. She didn't seem too pleased, but she didn't specifically object," said Veda. Bhuvan said that he was glad about that and told her to carry on with her Sankalp-related activities. Veda was happy with his reassurance. The college visits started the following week and kept Veda busier than usual. She loved every minute of it. Konika had called and made appointments at many of the colleges in Pune. Aparna liked the detailed plan that Veda, Konika and Ron had drawn up, but categorically stated that they could go only after the classes at Sankalp were done. Ron had started joining them in the classrooms. The students were fascinated with his accent and the way he taught. They loved him. They had never had a white person teaching them, and they sat quietly trying to understand his accent. He was naturally good with children. He read them stories and worked with all the level 1 and 2 students in small groups so that they would get individual attention. They had a lot to catch up with, and it was English that was their weak subject. Ron was more than happy to help them learn. Ron was also discovering many new things about Indian customs and traditions. They were completely alien to him. The college visits went smoothly. Most colleges were receptive to the idea of their students volunteering at Sankalp. Since Konika had lived in Pune all her life, she knew all the good places to eat near the colleges. After one such college visit, she took them to a popular joint on Ferguson College Road. "What is Poori Bhaji?" asked Ron. Veda smiled at how a very common Indian dish was exotic for Ron. What do you normally eat for lunch in the UK? Veda asked. She had gotten over her shyness around Ron, and she now conversed easily with him. Oh, usually a sandwich. I almost always have either a tuna sandwich or a chicken sandwich. Have you ever had those? He asked. I'm a vegetarian, said Veda. Did you turn vegetarian for health reasons? Asked Ron. No, I've always been vegetarian. Nobody eats meat in my family, said Veda. Not even fish? He asked. No, Ron. In India, when people are vegetarian, they usually don't even eat eggs, explained Konika. For Ron, it was new information, and he found it fascinating. When the Poori Bhaji arrived, Konika and Veda had to show him how to eat with his hands. You eat with your fingers, and you don't get the food on your palms. See, like this, said Veda, as she held her Poori down with the 3 fingers of her right hand and tore off a piece with the thumb and forefinger. Ron struggled to do it. After a few attempts, he gave up, rolled up the Poori, and ate it like a roll. Maybe before I leave India, I will master this, he said. Konika and Veda smiled at how hard it was for him.